Hey guys and gals, welcome back. Greg Silverman here, CIOs and bow ties, and another session of Come Learn With Me. We do these features, we look at all important articles that you all liked and shared, and we choose the top rated, and then we feature them, and I like to read through them alongside you. I'll do some highlighting, show you some bullet points, which you can read and summarize the article yourself. Or we can learn together. I hope you'll join me, and let's get going. So this one comes as no surprise, top-rated article from last week. Grocery prices up steeply from same time last year. Okay, no surprise, is it? Minneapolis, your grocery list. Oh, this is an unusual source for us, CBS Minnesota. We don't normally get these when we have financial sources. Okay. Minneapolis, your grocery list could be eating away at your budget without you noticing. I'm sure you're noticing now. Nearly everything at the store, from beef and cereal to fruit and veggies, costs more than it did a year ago. Shannon Bjork, an expected mother from Spring Lake Park, says the grocery bill in her house has raised a few eyebrows. At the end of the total is when you're like, holy cow, $200 for all this, Bjork said. The average price in March of 2021 for pork chops and chicken breasts are both up more than 10% compared to March of 2020. Eggs and cheddar cheese are both up 6%. Looking at all consumer goods as a whole, the latest inflation data in the Consumer Price Index from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the largest month-to-month increase in almost 9 years. The month-to-month data, is not something we should be unduly concerned about. Chari said we should be concerned about the possibility of persistent increases in inflation. Well, I would also worry about the month-to-month, to be honest. Chari says the economy makes up for the pandemic when prices didn't rise like they normally do. Looking at it year-to-year, inflation is only 1% or so higher than what Chari says we would expect. Interesting psychology here, so it's not as bad as it seems. There are no indications that we will see the dramatic inflation rates that we saw in the late 70s and early 80s when prices went up by 10%, 12% each year, Chari said. Well, of course, there's going to be no indication until it happens, right? It's a similar story at the gas pump. Prices have jumped more than $1.20 compared to a year ago, but that was when demand was at rock bottom because so many people were at home. Okay. That's true. You remember that oil prices were actually below zero. And they've come back pretty strongly. So maybe the energy market's in a bull market. So like groceries, gas is catching up to get back to where we were actually expected to be, according to Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy. He says gas prices should continue to rise as the economy bounces back. Wonderful. Most of the time, Minneapolis tends to be a little under the national average, DeHaan said. I wouldn't expect that to change this summer. Prices are also up for new and used vehicles. Yes, I know all about that, having to shop for my daughter. Executive Vice President of SwapLease.com. He says it's a great time to sell a car, but if you're looking to replace with something else, be prepared to pay a bit more. Well, there you have it, folks. That's really the article, but it's interesting that this percolated to the top. And let's just look at one other thing before we log off on this one. Okay, I just wanted to check this out. It's kind of interesting. So this shows you a Google trend, how a certain word will trend over time. Looking at the term hyperinflation here from January 2004, you can see it's gone up and down. 2014 low point. Definitely started spiking now. That's interesting. So we'll watch if it goes over 100. That would mean it would be a new high. That would be interesting to watch. Interest by region. Iowa. That's interesting, I guess, because food prices are soaring in Iowa. Inflation topic related. Inflation, Germany, country in Europe. Yeah, a lot of people studying Weimer Republic. There we go, hyperinflation in Weimar. Maybe that's a series we can do some talks on. I've done a bit of reading on that. If you want that, please let me know. Write back to me. Tell me that you'd be interested in learning more about that. Germans, people, inflation. What is hyperinflation? That's another one that I think would be useful to get. how to make money and how things world's involved. We have, oh, it's another one we can talk about. Okay, guys, write me back. See if any of these keywords is something that you'd like me to do a feature on. All right, you all take care. Join us again soon. Bye.